All right, I believe we are live. This is a first for me, doing Facebook and YouTube live. If anybody is on this, that's great. It will be recorded afterwards, and you can also post comments over on the right. Let me just see here. Yeah, okay. So for anyone watching, my name is Joey Babineau. I run the Day Job Hacks YouTube channel, and today I have Zoe here. Zohaib is Hassan. You may have seen him in the Powerhouse Affiliate Forum and our Facebook group as well. He has extensive experience as a media buyer. He's running ads now currently with a company in the US that's doing roughly 12 million revenue per year, and he spent roughly $1 million in ad spend himself on Google. And he's also has a lot of experience in the old school style, we'll say, of running pay-per-call ads as well as running just regular campaigns. So he's a great asset to have on this presentation today. And so if you have any questions, we'll answer them at the end. He's going to present the topic, and I'm going to be here to review the questions and answers, and I'll be able to provide my own insights. As you know, some of you may have been watching the YouTube channel, and I did post a video recently where I did a test of pay-per-call as well. And lastly, I just want to mention we do have some other stuff coming on Google Ads in the future. So please stay tuned to this channel as well as Powerhouse Affiliate and the Facebook group if you're watching from there, because we're going to have a lot more coming. So without further ado, I'll let Zohaib, how do you want me to say it? Zoe or Zohaib? Either one.
Zohaib.
Zohaib, okay, because your username says differently. So whatever one is up to you. So let's go. And if anybody wants to comment, please comment over below where you're from, what you're currently doing, if you're running pay-per-call and all that. And I'll let you take over now and do your thing.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for having me live, Joy. We have been having wonderful audience in the group and YouTube as well, and I have been seeing them participating more actively. That makes you share a lot of stuff with them. So thank you so much. Today we'll be talking about how we can run successful pay-per-call ads using Google Ads, because that's primarily a new concept with Google Ads. There used to be a different extensions for that used to help us with Google Ads. But now Google Ads have evolved, and now they have introduced some particular call ad types that we can choose from the beginning, and then we can add more type of ads within our that campaign. So we'll be seeing that how actually we can do that. So just allow me to share that how we are going to do this training today. I'm going to share with you the presentation that how we are going to do today. So here we are.
There we go.
Yes, perfect. Thank you so much.
I have a question before you continue. Is everyone seeing the StreamYard big banner at the bottom, or is that just on my screen?
Yeah, I can see that too. You can hide that. You can just click on again and hide that.
Click on what?
You can hide that banner that we are seeing.
There we go. Okay. Sorry
so
about that.
As we get more commands, we can have them on board.
First time user of StreamYard here for this live.
Yeah, that's a wonderful tool, and it's great that we have been using that tool.
Excellent. Okay, should be gone now.
Yes, sure. Just
okay.
So what we are going to do here is we will be let me make it full screen. We are going to learn about Google Ads, and the map of this learning is going to look like we are going to know the difference between call ad and call extension, because previously most of the people have been using call extension. So call ad and call extension are two absolutely different things. They both have different options. They both have different reporting mechanisms. So we'll see the difference, that what exactly is the difference between call ad and a call extension. And with having said that, we'll be seeing that how we can actually select the call only campaign objective, because the old digital marketers who have been doing that for some time know that how we can set up the call extension. But today we'll be learning that how we can actually begin with the call ad, that specific type, how we do the keyword research. That's super important thing before you launch any type of campaign, be it call ad, be it campaign, of like search or display. So we'll be talking about and we'll be looking after that, how we can actually do the keyword research, what tools we can use, and what are some profitable keywords that we can materialize on. Then we will be seeing that, as told you, that the call ad also has further types. There's a basic call ad, and there is another updated version of that call ad. We'll be looking on that as well, that what is the difference between these two call ads, and which is the best call ad for our offers. So we'll be doing that as well. And how we can measure the success, how we can track the calls, how we can listen to the recordings that has been made, so that we are on top of it, like who is calling, when the call got connected, for how many seconds that remained connected, so that we could, cross check it with our affiliate or the whichever promotion that we have been doing. So call ad, basically it looks like on the first image that you could see, your number is on the top of every ad. You might have noticed whenever you're searching in the Google, that most of the times Google is promoting the call numbers as well. And then you might have seen that the ads like this in the second screen, the second mobile screen, that is a call extension, where you would see that the text is on the top and the number is in the bottom. So such kind of calls, such kind of ads do get attention, but since we are promoting the phone numbers, we want people to call us rather than just visiting our website. So and since we are doing the call only ad training, so I would suggest we go with the call only ad if we are promoting the offers only. And we are going to be selecting the call only objective, that how we actually do that. Many people have been using the smart campaigns. Smart campaigns, like when you're doing from mobile, you would see a couple of options to do the call ads, but that does not show you the full features of call ads. So I would suggest, whenever you want to do the call only ads, come to the desktops and do the manual campaigns. We'll be doing at the end of this training as well, but as I'm showing you here, you could begin with the manual settings that I will be showing you later on as well, because this gives you more powerful options, more control over your campaigns, more statistics, and you can optimize that campaign in a better way. So number one is, you should be doing that manually rather than choosing the smart campaigns from your mobiles. And the keyword research, as we discussed, the importance of keyword research, how we do that, how we can do keyword research within your Google Ads accounts. And if you have been using SEMrush or AdSpy or other tools, how you could use those tools as well. So we will be using Google Keyword Planner, and we be switching to the SEMrush as well, how we can use that too. But since SEMrush pulls such data from Keyword Planner as well, so Keyword Planner itself is a powerful tool to give us more ideas about the tool, the keywords that we should be focusing on. And choosing the profitable keywords, as we said, that how we actually find the profitable keywords, the keywords that have lower CPC, that have less competition. We'll be seeing that in the training as well, that how we actually find such keywords. Sometimes we target the long tail keywords, sometimes we do the exact match types, sometimes phrase match types, and what is the psychology behind such targeting. So we will be working on those as well in this training. And then we have the difference between updated call and the previous call action types, and how we actually do that. How does a updated call to call only ad look like? So this is just a layout of that we will be seeing, that how actually we work on that as well along in this training. And setting the KPIs, and then that is the important factor, that how you actually set the KPIs. And we
For
have
people that don't know what KPI means, what does that mean, sir?
Yeah, that's your key performance indicators. How you are measuring your success. What factors count for your success? Does a 30 second call count for your conversion, or a like 1 second call count for your conversion, or like 20-second call count for your conversion. So you could set it from here, like what matters, what type of call you have been promoting. You can set it here so that you know, like 20 successful conversion, like 30 people called on that number, and out of those 30, 20 got converted. So we can set all those factors from this Google Ads as well. So we'll be working on that too today. And role of negative keyword, that is super important. And once you have set up the ad, your next goal should be keeping an eye on that ad. You should be super active every day. I mean, if you just launch the campaign and you're just sleeping that it will start walking out of certain someday, that is not going to happen. Google Ads doesn't work that way, right? So you have to, yeah, you'll have to keep an eye on that. What search terms your ads are working with, what are the auction insights, how your ad has been being placed on different places, what place suits you the most. So you should be super active every day if you are serious about the Google Ads. So we'll be learning about the role of negative keywording as well, and how often you should do that, and how you get to know that what keywords are actually working. For example, in the campaign that I'm going to show you today, I have been targeting some 700 keywords. So, I mean, you never know. You have placed 1,700 keywords in your ad set, and now you don't know what keywords are actually bringing you the conversions. And what keywords, maybe you know that how to see that, what keywords are working for your simple clicks. But since this is a call campaign, you should be knowing that what keywords are bringing you the calls, and what duration they are lasting. I mean, 30-second calls are mostly coming from this keyword, this set of keywords. 120-second calls are normally coming from these keywords. So you could focus on those keywords that are actually bringing you the lengthy calls, since call offers are most of the time the length bound, like 120-second or 130-second calls be paying you, let's say, I mean, $30 per conversion. So we need to figure out that as well, and that is something that we'll be learning in this training as well. And that's it, a little presentation that I thought to share, that how this map is going to work, that how we are going to do that. Now let me take you toward our Google, that how we are actually going to do that. So let me
while you're doing that, let me just make a comment. I wanted to make a comment earlier about keywords and negative keywords. When I ran my campaign this summer around home security, I was getting a lot of calls that were people that already had home security, right? And so a lot of the challenge with the call only and the call extension ads was that people, when they search on Google, they're essentially picking the first number they see in their results and thinking it's the number that result is related to whatever they searched. A lot of people anyway, especially when they're on mobile, they're running really fast. They're searching for, say, home security. They see the first number and then they call it, right? Some of them don't even read the ad. So it's really important, because I was starting to find, like you were saying, some negative keywords that really came out, like ADT, like the brands were important to watch, because people that already had ADT security would be searching ADT home security. And if I didn't negative one of those pieces of the puzzle, then everybody that was calling saying, hey, my camera's not working or whatever. So all my calls were kind of like support calls rather than actual sales calls. So that is probably one of the biggest things you need to monitor, is the keyword and the negative keyword list, and the fact that you're going to get a lot of people already having the service who are just searching, looking to call because they're complaining or whatever it is.
Absolutely. So that's the point. Thank you for clearing that out. So that is why we do the negative keywording. I mean, people be having something else in their mind, and they would be searching something else. So their mind and their hands are many times are not connected. They do not just convey the idea what they are having in their mind. So what we do is, statistically, we look for the keywords that are just not our keywords, that are not piece of cake. So we just keep on doing negative keywords. We develop that negative keywording list as well, and that is something that no tool is going to help you with. That's pure manual thing. There might be you be using SEMrush or some other tools, but they would be suggesting you as well that this is something that you should be doing manually every day. Depends on how actively your ads have been running. So let me take you towards the Google screen where we are going to do the magic. And where is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I was also doing as a test was I was also testing a call page, so a landing page with the phone number, and trying to get people to that page to try and pre-qualify them, we'll say. Of course, the price went up per call, but I was still able to make it profitable by having a page that pre-sold these people, so that I wasn't getting a bunch of calls into the call center and they were complaining because the calls were crap. But at the same time, I was able to filter with that quick page in between. So that's another strategy that we can talk about in the future and in future trainings. But at the same time, we have a template that we just put up inside the Powerhouse Premium members area. There's one for Optimized Press 3.0, and I just uploaded one this morning for HTML. So it is a call-only page that is a landing page, basically. So when you send people there, it sticks the phone number in all these places that are strategically placed, so that when people are scrolling through, they just click the button and boom, it calls. So that's available after.
Yes, perfect. So could you please show that my screen? Yeah, thank you so much. So here we are. And this is a campaign that I have been running recently. That is campaign related to auto insurance, a campaign that I have been promoting for like some time. And I have created 2 ad groups for this campaign. And there you could see how they have been performing. You could have a look at the target CPA that I have. You could see there.
Yeah. So your target CPA is $2 US?
Yes. My target CPA is $2. And the rest of the factors that I have defined that from the beginning, I would say that you should not be beginning your ads with a CPA, the targeted CPA. Rather, I would say that your ads should be, the objective of your ads should be rather maximizing clicks. Because I have been in communication with Google Ads as well, Google Ads team as well, and this is their official recommendation as well, that when you begin a CPA campaign, Google does not have any idea about your audience, like who is going to be your audience. But comparatively, when you have a set of audience to whom you have already served the ad, Google does have a better idea that what kind of people have been responding to your ad. So they have a better idea about your ad. So I would suggest do not directly begin with CPA campaigns. Rather, go with maximizing clicks. And for the first, I would say do a analysis of CPA campaigns. What the CPC's cost of that particular keyword. For example, I went to SEMrush. I'll be doing that here as well. I went to SEMrush. I found out the CPC of different campaigns, different keywords, and I found out that what auto insurance keywords have been working already and what they are charging. So I found out that let's say a particular keyword is getting charged for some $10, and I had no idea that they are charging I should be putting $10, because I thought I should be putting $2 in my campaigns. I placed $2 and waited for like many hours, rather days, but it didn't work. That campaign didn't even pulled off, and that campaign didn't even started working. So then after a number of like attempts, I figured out that I should be uh, doing a little research. I mean, that's in the beginning. So I found how it works is you should be doing the research first, and then uh, putting the keyword value that I am going to pay $3 per click for this particular keyword. Otherwise, your keyword won't even work. So number one thing is to avoid the disappointments or avoid being uh, upset about it. You should be doing the research. I will be showing you that as well. Just allow me a second. So that will help you out. Number two, you could see the conversions and the conversion CPC, what per conversion have been cost, the cost of per conversion. Now this is something very interesting. Whomever I would show this dashboard, they're like, how were you were able to achieve that lower conversion rate? Because most of the times conversion rates are super high in the US market. So what I did is, when you launch a campaign in the beginning, it will charge you higher. For example, their per conversion rate is like $2, $3 per campaign. But as that campaign start working, and as you keep on optimizing that campaign, that's the rate starts coming lower. So this is how you should be a little patient when you're running the ad. You should be testing the waters. You should be testing the keywords. And once you have found the keyword, then you would be getting such some magical conversion rates as well. So in this campaign, I have been running for like over a month now, and I have got like 1,000, more than 1,000 conversions for this offer alone.
So a conversion in this case, just so people know, is that when somebody picks up and clicks call, or is that a conversion as they stay on the phone for 30 seconds? I'm assuming this is a call only conversion here.
Yes, these are only call only conversions. I have defined a particular length of the call. Let's say 10 seconds.
Right.
The conversions only get counted when the call has been running for that length, like 20 seconds or 30 seconds, whichever length I have defined. So the length that I have defined, once the call has run for that counts for the conversion only. This is not just the click, because that click is counted differently. You would see, let me just scroll that. You could see the number of impressions. The call impressions are like, you could see phone impressions were 7,000. So 7,000 times ad got appeared, and out of that, it like 950 people called, and 920 were the call ran for that duration. 920 people.
For the duration you set. So what is the call? What is the call impression that you just showed? What is that? Is that when people see your phone number on Google?
Absolutely, absolutely. So in that type of ads, they call it call impressions. A number of times your phone ad has been appearing on their screens.
Gotcha.
Right. So next thing that I would like to show you is that how, I mean, these are some random dashboard. Let me show you that how we actually create that ad. Now, another thing that I want to show you is how you set the call records. Like, you want to track the call records as well. For example, I have been running that campaign. I want to see yesterday the calls that people called in that number. What was the duration of those calls? So I could go to reports, predefined reports, extensions, and call details.
Does Google record the calls, or do you use another party to do that?
Google does that.
They record the listening of the calls?
Okay. Yes, and that
I was using Ringba for my testing, but only because I guess I also was running Facebook ads and other platforms which don't have this feature that Google does, where you can actually come in and listen to look at all the details here. I didn't know that they actually recorded until now, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, so I mean, here are all the recordings. In the recording column, I can just play any call that people have made. So it will
you
help
yeah.
you to understand the customer and IVR interaction. That what if the IVR is working perfectly for everyone, or how the IVR is actually responding to different calls, or what is the normal behavior of the people who are making the calls. So here I could get that how I could monitor the performance, that what keywords I could just go here in the columns, and I could pull those keywords too, because I want to check what keywords brought me the lengthy calls or any particular call. Once we're
Right.
done here,
So on that note, while you're doing that, I hear there's going to be some changes to the way search terms work with Google. Have you seen that? And I wonder if that's going to affect in the future how we see the exact term that people are searching, not the bid term that it looks like you're pulling up here, which is still obviously relevant information that we need to know. But the search
yes, I
term.
mean, if you have been, that depends on your match type. If you have been using the phrase match, so Google will be showing you that this was the keyword in your keyword list against which this person called for that many length. So Google is showing you those keywords here. But if you have been using the broad match, so broad match is like they will be showing you this was your main keyword against which a broadly matched keyword someone researched and your ad got triggered against that. So yes, we can see those keywords here as well. For example, I want to see this guy with this number who's called lasted for like 23 seconds, what keyword they actually searched. So here was the keyword, the AAA auto insurance phone number. So that guy searched this term, and that call lasted for like 23 seconds. And
Right.
then other guy that I mean, most of the guys are like searching this AAA auto insurance near me, AAA auto insurance near me, this company, Progressive Auto Insurance. So I get to know all those keywords, and then I will choose the lengthy one keywords. I mean, the people, the keywords who are bringing me the lengthy calls, I will use those calls, and the ones that are bringing me calls of like least duration, I will just negative them. For example, I see this AAA auto insurance near me, and I find that their call duration was just 1 second. And so I will try to uh, remove them. I will just negative those keywords. Right,
Right.
so this is how it works, and this is really powerful. I mean, before this we were not having such options for call ads, and this is the feature that they introduced in September. So it's like just 1 month old, a few weeks ago.
Like all of
They
the
introduced,
recordings and what you're showing here, you mean, right? In the reporting?
yes, that's
Yeah.
they introduced in September.
Interesting. Well, that's probably why I didn't see it in August then.
Yes, absolutely. So many, I mean, many might have been missing that feature because since they introduced very recently. So that is the why we thought we brainstormed that this is a very powerful feature and we should share it with our audience, since it's a very fresh and new feature, and many even experienced marketer don't know that how it has been working. So this is a golden thing that people would be using for their campaigns. So
Yeah.
now moving on to the negative keywords, how we actually use that. For example, I go to my insurance campaign, the auto insurance campaign, and I want to see against which keywords my campaign has been running. And I would go to keywords, and here I would be able to see, just give it a second, please.
Yeah.
There's, so I would like to know from our audience as well who have been watching that video, that how many of you have tried that feature, or this is the first time you are getting to see this feature as well, since this is a new feature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
and if
they can
anyone has any
participate.
questions or anything, feel free to post them, and we'll see if we can answer them during the live here.
Right.
Okay. So I can see
Right.
your
So here we
keyword.
are. And here we could see that I have been using this match type, exact match, because I want my ads to trigger when someone is exactly searching these keywords, right?
Right.
And I could see the search terms for, like, I could see for from 7th September to 6th September, what were the keywords against which my ads got triggered. So these were, I could see the keywords here. Uh, that against which how many clicks I actually got, what was the CTR rate. So the CTR rate for this keyword has been like 16%, which is good. This is nearly 20%, this is 14%. So I could just select any keyword that I feel is not performing good based upon the data from the call records and these CTR rates. So we will be using a data-driven approach from the call records that we just went through and from these CTR reports. If some keywords are just charging us insanely, so we could just select that. For example, this infinity espinol, I would select that and add as a negative keyword.
Quite frankly, I am quite surprised at how low the cost per click here is for auto insurance on Google.
Yes, yes, because that is the reason, because there's a very less competition in call only ads. There could be competition in the search ads, but
Right.
the call only ads are, I mean, that industry, that field is, since they are recently introduced, that is less competitive, and we can materialize as soon as we could go with that.
Right. And that makes sense. I mean, a lot of people, especially
Absolutely.
affiliates, are well, let's just say we're lazy, right? We don't want to go through the hassle of setting up call tracking, setting up phone numbers. It's all kind of confusing, really, but it's not once you start putting the number on and you understand it's not really that much work. And you can take advantage of the low cost here. However,
Absolutely.
it's not
And
as easy as it looks, but you're making it appear like there's a lot of good information here that we can take on any campaign, like anything from a veterinarian to a plumber basically would work here. And auto insurance, finance, all these are great niches to focus on, because it appears just from what you're showing here that the cost per click is drastically lower than what you would be doing if you were trying to run a lead form.
absolutely, absolutely. And we could be promoting, I mean, we can promote our websites or maybe some other offers, because there are lots of bunch of offers that are related to auto insurance and that are easy to find as well. So this is the time, I mean, we can materialize. So it will look even more easier once I will train that how we can establish a campaign from scratch. Currently, I'm just showing you my stats and how I have been doing that. And let's
Are you
go
going to
to
go
a
through that step? Are you going to go through that quickly on this presentation, just like how to set up the campaign from start to finish, or?
Yes, yes, I'm just going to do that. And for example, now we are at a point we have built an understanding that how this works, that how we can use the campaigns statistics as well. Now we are going to begin with the campaign creation. So this is uh, the the tasty part of the training, that how actually we do that campaign. So what you should be doing, you should be selecting the create campaign without goal guidance, right? You're here, search, click on search, because we don't want to do the displays or shopping or some anything else. We just want to our ad to be running on search. So always for this type of ads, always choose search. Here we got the new option, click on the phone calls. Since this is just a testimonial ad, so I'm just putting this number and into next. Here we are. The super important things that we should be doing here, uncheck these two options, search partners and display networks. Because from my experience, I've learned that people who have been searching themselves on Google have more potential to call you rather than who are just serving a website and they see your website there based upon their previous search history. So it's better to just show your ad to the people who are searching a particular keyword on Google. So this means a lot to the performance of the ad, because I have run so many such ads in my early days where I thought that the more my ad displays on different websites, the better results I would be getting. But after spending like hundreds and thousands of dollars, I learned that this the more isn't better in marketing. Whether we should be more specific. So run your ad on search networks. Do not check these two options for
I
this
can
particular.
I can say after spending 3 million on affiliate marketing campaigns on Google, I have never selected Google search partners in any of my campaigns.
Yes, yes,
And
and because
everything I see out there, nobody runs it. Now, if anybody has comments and says, hey, this is what it works for, please comment below and tell us. But I've never had success on Google search partners.
absolutely, if
Aside from
you're
Bing, which apparently is a Google search partner, but you can buy that.
yes, that could be helping in many other cases when you want to do the brand awareness, or when you want to do, let's say, just want to do the awareness or maximum reach, could be suitable in that situation. But in the campaign, the type of campaigns we are running, we shouldn't be selecting that. Then the country. And here the beginners, that most of the beginners that make mistake is they do not change this option, the target. Once you have selected the first option, people in or who show interest in your targeted locations, there could be a guy who is sitting in the like UK or India, and most of the times he has been searching content related to US. So Google will label that person as this is a guy who is interested in US. So your ad, even though you have selected the country US here, since Google found that person interested in United States, your ad will be getting shown to those people as well. So what you should be doing is make sure that you have chosen the second option, because when you will be choosing this option, your ad will only be displayed to people who are actually physically present in that boundary, in that country or in state that you have chosen. So make sure, and this is also a costly mistake that many make in when they begin with Google Ads. So make sure that you have chosen the second option. Then moving on, you can exclude the countries, but since we are not, going to the exclude any country or state, so we are good to have this option. Language, English is good. Audience, you can put some audience types here, but we will be doing the keyword-based targeting. I would suggest don't narrow your audience. Never use both options, like you are using the audiences and keywords as well. So it becomes very difficult for Google to find like a kind of audience, a profile that matches a certain kind of keyword as well. So only use one type of, either go with the audience types or do the keyword targeting. Never do the both at one time, because in that situation, as far as I have learned, your ads don't run even in most of the times. So doing targeting through keywords is a good option. So next thing is your budget. I would also like to know from our comments from our viewers that mostly what budget they normally choose. They spend like $20, $30, so they can share in the comments as well what exactly they put in that box. What I would suggest is,
sorry, I was going to say, like, a lot of people, especially the new affiliates or new marketers, always want to know how low they can go as opposed to how high they can go. The high is obviously unlimited on Google. You can go as high as you want and spend. But what would be like a low budget strategy here?
I would say begin from at least some $5-10 per day. This is the least you should be putting. You are doing campaign for yourself or some of your partners. You don't go lower than $10 or $5 something like that is the floor budget that you should be putting in. So you can begin with that. and then you can scale as the campaign performs. I mean, you should be testing that campaign for like 3 days. If you're getting clicks or visibility, that's the first point that you're getting seen. The second thing is, then when you start getting conversions, you should be like, go from 5 to 10, then 10 to 20, like this. Don't jump from 5 to 500 just because you got good results in 5. I mean, your campaign will go crazy. And that's such kind of acceleration mode. Because at times when before like a few years ago, campaigns started working and the client was so excited when I was running the campaigns for someone. The client got so excited that like 10-fold or 20-fold, they asked me to like do that, since they are saying and they are the boss and they want me to do that. So I just increased the budget like 10-fold, and results were not as effective as they were in beginning. So what I would share is go slowly from 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to like 40. That will bring you consistently cheaper results. You would be getting results when you go like 10-fold, but those would be expensive. Those conversions, those would be really high. So this is what I would suggest here. So I'm going to put like $10 a day to begin with, since they are saying like 20, but you are not restricted to put 20. I mean, if you're putting 10, and we will see that your campaign still will start.
That's for the stockholders.
Absolutely. So here you will see another option, conversions. By default, they are asking you to go with conversions. What I would say is you could go with, from the beginning, you could go with the maximize clicks. Like go with the maximize clicks for like 3-4 days, so that your ad start learning about the audience. They have a set of audience, like for 3 days, you could expect your ad is shown to 2,000 or 3,000 people. Now Google knows what kind of people actually click on that, your ad. And then you can change it back to target CPA. And here you could mention the CPA that you want to target. And I would say if you're going insurance or something, begin with $2 per CPA. But for to get to know that the cost of keywords, go to SEMrush, or we could use Google's internal tool as well. I will guide you on that as well, that how we actually do that. You could write, for example, auto insurance. Let it just load.
So I was speaking to a Google rep yesterday, and they said that the recommended target CPA is based on your last 30 days of data. So it would appear that your last 30 days on your account, your actual CPA was $1.40 something or whatever it is that just recommended to you.
Yes.
Again, for a call in auto insurance. We have a question here while we're waiting for that to load. Can you answer it? He just wants to know, are you running any other CPA campaigns, or are you focusing on pay-per-call only?
I've been running a different, I would show you that the campaigns I have been running, different type of call only ads, different type of lead generation ads. Since we have not been doing the lead generation only on Google, we have been using the Taboola as well, Outbrain as well, MGID as well. So the leads come from different ways. What I've seen is the call only ads have been working great these days with Google. So that's the reason we thought. But we could show you more in our future trainings, that how we could do lead generations effectively through Google or through Taboola. So sure, why not? We'll show you those as well.
We're actually going to be starting a Google Ads case study on both search and display, and it's going to be only for the premium members inside Powerhouse Affiliate, because we're going to be showing everything, the landing page, the ads, the keywords, the bidding. So we kind of keep that stuff inside, just so that it's not everywhere, hopefully. But that'll be starting in the next couple of weeks. And it'll kind of give you an insight as to how we go about setting up these campaigns.
Right. So as you said that you were a little surprised to see the lower CPC of auto insurance. Here you could see the actual CPC of auto insurance. That is insanely $59.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I found insane. Because even for when I was trying to do lead generation for home security, some of the clicks were coming in at $20 a piece. If you're trying to run it to a landing page versus the call. Yeah.
Yes.
So you got to really factor that in your balance of quality versus quantity.
Absolutely. So here you could see auto insurance. Why auto insurance is insanely high in this tool, or if you would try Google Keyword Planner, because that is a very competitive space, auto insurance. And what figures you are saying are for search ads, for like landing pages, not for call only ads. Since the call only ad space is still not that competitive, we are getting great, I mean, really magical CPC rates. So if you would see here, I mean, if you want to run an auto insurance ad to a landing page, your per click rate would be like 10 to 20 at least. If you want to rank your ad on the first position, you will have to beat that CPC like 59 or 60. You should be putting that CPC. You should be willing to sacrifice that money per click. So that is the reason. I mean, we know that if we are to run a normal ad, our CPC should be this. But since call ads are not expensive so far, maybe in future they become really expensive. But currently you could, I mean, go with the lower rates from here. Like I have been using $2. So begin small from here, but that only when your maximized clicks have been running for like 3-4 days. Then you could target CPA here. And that is something that when conversions have been coming for like 30 days, then you can target that. You won't be able to instantly put something here. I am seeing this option because my campaign has been getting conversions for more than 30 days. Then Google offers you, as Joy said as well, then Google allows you to limit your CPA as well. So I am going to put it to maximize clicks. And here we go. Save and continue. And let it load.
Another tool I was using for keyword research lately was SpyFu. It's another one. I just started testing that one for a campaign I'm running now on credit scores. So free credit score, call in for that. I'm actually doing a lead form for that one. And I was able to find some decent keywords. I'm running it on Bing right now, search, and the keywords are below $1 in Canada, which is interesting. Perfect. And I wouldn't have discovered them keywords if I wasn't using another tool like SpyFu, SEMrush, the Google Keyword Planner. All of those tools are great for finding the keywords that you're referencing, and the ones I show in some of the other case studies as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So here we could do, I mean, to select the profitable keywords, we could do two things. We could use SEMrush, or we could use Google's own keyword planner. So we could go to Mayaman, that is a free to planning. That's a free tool. So we could go to keyword planner here, and we could find those keywords. On the other hand, until that loads, we could just put some, I mean, keywords here. Like for example, auto insurance. I just place that here, and I will be getting suggestions. Car insurance estimates, motor insurance estimates. So you could be, I mean, choosing from these ideas that they have been saying, and here they will be showing you the daily estimates. There's estimated ads, but these are not not to rely on. That depends on the copy that you are using, the description that you are using. If those are convincing enough, your results could be much better than what they are showing you here. I mean, if your copy is not up to the mark, or very dull copy, or not very convincing ad copy, then your cost would be much higher than what it's being reflected here. And another thing that I would suggest is do not use lots and lots of keywords. Since we have tools, we can extract like 30,000 keywords in just one click. I would say be more mindful about keyword selection. Let's say if you have 2 hours to run a campaign, spend like 1 hour on keyword research. I mean, spend most of your times on keyword research. What do you think can bring more conversions? rather than just coming to this point and then giving a brainstorm for like 10 minutes and putting all the keywords, or going to tools and pulling all those keywords and putting them here. So we have been doing, all marketers have been doing that for years, and they know that this does not work much. So you should be doing specific keywords. You should be choosing specific keywords.
When you're in SEMrush, are you choosing keywords that are, competitors are having success with, or are you trying to find keywords that are kind of hidden gems? Because that hidden gem is going to take a lot longer than an hour to find. So how do you balance that?
I normally go with, because I know that the bigger companies are already targeting the small keywords, the shorter keywords. I mean, the companies are having like $1 billion marketing budget. For many keywords, they won't give you even space for like getting appeared, let alone the first position. So, I mean, I won't go with those keywords. I would do the research. I will find the long tail keywords. I will find the keywords that are a little longer, that have questions in them, like how I can buy auto insurance. I will not be targeting auto insurance alone.
Best auto insurance near me kind of stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Cheapest auto insurance near me. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So I'll be doing like that. And here you could see the keyword difficulty as well. That is more like the SEO stuff that we'll talk about in some other classes, in some other trainings. But from here, I could choose what keywords are good for me, that are having some good volume, that are having some good trends. And then I will do the research about that keyword. What is CPC for them? How many ads are active on those websites? I mean, let's say auto insurance codes, for example, before I choose a keyword.
By the way, if anyone wants a 7-day free trial of SEMrush, I'm going to throw in a plug, dayjobhacks.com/SEMrush, 7 days free. And that is an affiliate link. But again, everything that we throw out there helps the channel, helps us create more content. So you can get that for 7 days. If you're setting up a campaign right now, you would have full access to that tool. And you would also be able to actually start setting up campaigns without even buying the tool itself. So
yes. So for example, I want to choose auto insurance codes as a keyword that I want to target. I will do a little research first. I mean, I just put that keyword here, and in the US, I just additionally type in US, so I could see the ads that have been running in the US. So I could see these companies that have been running ads. I will be choosing this progressive.com, and I will do research about them as well. For example, I will be putting progressive.com website here, and I would see how many websites they have been, how many ads they have been running. Right, so I could go to their advertising research.
This is one of the best features I find of SEMrush, is being able to see all their ads and seeing where they're linking to. You can see their landing pages, which is great, actually. I find yes, also offers that information. I've just started using it just to test it again, but either tool would work to kind of save hours in time. I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yes, absolutely. What kind of copies they have been running, what kind of landing pages they have been promoting, what kind of display ads they have been running. So we get a lot of ideas. I mean, by default, we don't know what would work or what would not. With research, we could get an idea what has been working already for others. I mean, how much money they have been spending on the ads. So SEMrush gives you an idea about that. So here we could see the positions once it gets loaded. So I could choose ad copies from here, the kind of content, descriptions, headlines they have been using, because I believe they did great. Their team did great. They must have been putting a lot of effort while they are designing those ads. So I will just get an idea from their active ads or previous ads that they have run like 1 month ago or 2 months ago.
Right.
So as this tool shows here, I mean, okay.
Taking a little bit of time today. Are you connecting from the US or from a different country?
No, I'm using from a different country, but
Yeah.
this tool sometimes, I mean, since it has to pull the APIs data, so it could take
Yeah.
time.
Normally it doesn't take that long, but anyway, we can get back into it and you can show those after maybe. So we don't.
Yes, sure. So we could, I mean, discover, we could find out the keywords from here as well. From, if you don't want to, for some reason, if you don't want to try SEMrush, it's a great tool. Every marketer should try that, but you have a Google keyword planner as well. You could type the keywords here, for example, auto insurance, and it will give you lots of ideas here as well. So keyword research is absolutely important. Choosing the right keywords is the key to your success.
Indeed.
And here I'll be choosing keywords. I'll be going around the keywords since it's a time taking thing. So I would definitely be going around all these keywords and seeing what are the top of the page bid, what is the top of the low range bid, what's the high range bid. So I would get to have an idea that what is my budget. But since call ads are not that expensive, I mean, not even like close to these points. So I would be choosing these keywords, these major keywords, and I would be putting those keywords here. And again, I said, never use the shorter keywords because the giants have already covered those keywords. And the next instruction, next thing that I would say is go for phrase match. Never go for broad match, or you could go to exact match. That means if you be typing uh, within these brackets, for example, I'm just going to have this one keyword only here. If you put this bracket at the beginning and the end of, that means this is a exact match. And we want our ad only get triggered when someone is exactly searching for this car insurance estimate. No plus minus, no addition to this, no keyword other than this. So this is when you only want your ad to get triggered for one particular keyword. But if I put like those inverted commas, that means these are phrase match. Someone might be searching how I can get car insurance. So since that car insurance is part of their phrase, your ad will get triggered. And this is the most suggested. What I would suggest is you should go with that in the beginning. And when you just don't put anything in the beginning and the start of this keyword, that means it's up to Google. If Google seems that some person has been searching for car insurance previously, or someone's uh, query loosely matches car insurance estimate, your ad will get triggered. So I
You're
would
giving,
suggest don't go with that. I would suggest go with either phrase match or exact match for
yeah.
this type of campaigns that we're running.
And yeah, and basically what's happening here is you're giving the algorithm a chance to explore new options for you to find other relevant keywords that you can later turn into exact match. If you only go with exact match and you're testing maximize click, you're not going to get the ideas and the Google algorithms, I guess, advantages that you would normally get if you can at least open it to phrase match at first. If you go broad, you're gonna blow your budget on a bunch of crap keywords. Broad is really, I find, a low bid strategy, again, with the branding and maybe perhaps finding a couple golden nuggets later on. It's not worth it to test your initial testing budget on broad.
Absolutely, absolutely. Different strategies work for different kind of campaigns. So the kind of campaign that we have been doing is, I would suggest to go with the phrase match at least. Don't go broad. Okay, so once we are done with it, we should be doing save and continue. For example, I just placed one keyword. You should be doing research like we did and should be having at least some 20-30 keywords to begin with. And here comes the campaign that would be going live. But this is not the campaign that we are going to put live. There is another campaign that we can only create after this campaign is ready, after this campaign is done. And that is the interesting part of the new feature of call only ads. You cannot directly create that ad. You will have to create this ad first, and then Google will allow you to create that ad, where you would see a mobile icon is placed beside the phone number, right? So you could just put any dummy data here, because this is not the ad that we're going to place live.
Very interesting.
Yes.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see it.
Yes. So I'm just putting some random data so that we could lead to that place. And for example, I'm going to place it, save and continue. I'm just going to continue with the campaign, because this is not the ad that is we are going to put live. And here we go to ads, and we will turn it off because this was just something that we wanted to put live. We turned it off. Now I'll click on this plus icon, and here is the call ad. You could see that updated option. So you click on this call ad, and here, and now is the place where your actual call ad, you will be setting up that call ad.
Okay, so for the final URL, I have a question for you here. The final URL, in the case of an affiliate marketer, let's say, versus somebody working for another company or an agency, what do you recommend here? A landing page in the final URL or an overarching website? What would you say about that? We know about.
I would say there are two things. There are two prerequisites or two guidelines or two restrictions. Number one, the URL that you're going to put here, that should be displaying the number that you're going to place. This is the first requirement. The other option that you have is the URL that you're going to place here, you must have integrated that URL with Google Analytics. So if that is your website, you can easily integrate with Google Analytics. So Google could verify that the final URL is yours. So I have verified one URL of my website. I would be using that URL here, and I would keep on changing the phone numbers with every offer. I would be using that domain because Google knows that is my domain, and I would be keep on changing the phone numbers. Like for auto insurance, I would be using this. For home improvement, I would be using the other number, but domain will remain same. I have purchased the kind of domain that goes along with all those offers.
Okay, so basically you're creating an overarching website, say callsites.com or whatever it is. It could be anything, right? Just a general overarching domain. And then you're going to set up a subdomain saying maybe autoinsurance.callsite.com. And you're setting up a call site on Google Analytics, which is connected to your Google Ads platform. So every time you put callsites.com as the final URL here, Google's happy, they see it, it's all connected. At the same time, you have different phone numbers. Every single ad or every campaign will say, if you're running auto, you would have a page with a number on it. If you're running home insurance, you're going to have a different phone number, another page or subdomain, whatever. But overall, you've always got that one website.
Correct. Or if you're using some offer, I mean, maybe you don't have a domain or you don't want to have a domain, then the page that you're going to put here must be displaying that phone number somewhere on the page as well, maybe on top or maybe in the footer.
But one thing you don't want to do, one thing you don't want to do as an affiliate though is link directly to the offers page or
absolutely. Yes,
the
but I'm just trying to tell you that this is option as well. Maybe you have your own website and you haven't integrated that with Google Analytics, but still there's a chance to have your ad live that you just put your number on your site as well, so you don't have to do the integration thing with Google Analytics.
Gotcha.
So once you're done with it, your final URL and verification URL. You can place the same URL here. For example, I could put www.example.com here. Just make sure that it is an HTTPS URL, because Google has been asking for that. That must be having an HTTPS URL. So I have placed that. And then you can, the display path, you can leave it blank. Headline one, you have to be very creative with headlines, because you could only use 30 characters. In our normal copies, we could use 90 characters for the headline, but in call ads, we could use only 30 characters. And headlines would be appearing beneath your phone number. So for example, I place here and try to be, more creative with that. I would be writing just best insurance, best or auto insurance deals, something like this. In business name, you could see business name is appearing before your first headline. Here you could see. So you could, that could be a genuine business name, the real business name, or you could use, I have been using just random keywords here that sound like great. For example, I would be right, auto insurance experts, insurance experts.
Now, just one thing about this. The policy itself is kind of gray here. Business name technically on a call ad should match when the person answers the phone and says, hey, welcome to Auto Insurance Experts. How can we help you? Right? Whatever you type into that should be what they answer on the phone. But it's one of those gray areas that
you can play with.
Yeah. Just so people know, to kind of check that policy and make sure. I've been putting keywords as well in my ads, but it's one of those things you want to, especially if it's a brand new.
If that is a real business, you should be using that. But this is as you said, the gray area. So you can tweak sometimes to see that ads with such keywords gets approved as well, and they work as well. So here you could put, your real business name. For example, if my website is example.com, I could write this example.com here. This way as well.
Right.
And then your description is like 90 words. Keep it short, precise, to the point, and make sure your description ends with a call to action. For example, call now. We have the best affordable call insurance plans for you, and call now.
I think
some text like this.
Yeah. And one thing that I learned as well is making it clear that when they call, it's going to be a sales call, not a support call.
Yes, absolutely. So has to be very clear and to the point, rather than you are using some marketing, two marketing tactics like that only marketer can understand.
Yeah. So
keep
for
in
example,
mind that keep in mind that.
Sorry to interrupt you. Call for a free quote, for example.
We both are actually excited, and that's the reason.
Exactly. Anyway, go ahead. I'll let you take the floor again.
Yeah. So in description, make sure your copy is clear. You can get the copy ideas from existing ads that have been running, or through SEMrush, or through Google's real ads that have been serving. I could get an idea: integrity, personal insurance, not this, affordable insurance card, same day business insurance. So I might be getting some idea from this line, and I would putting that in our actual ad. Yeah. So this is how we generate the lines. For example, for instance, I'm going to use, like, I could write by my own, let's say, with the best affordable insurance plans, like this. And in the second line, I could say call now. I'm going to make sure that is a little longer line, but just so that it appears at least in 2 lines. This is a little shorter, so I could write, we have the best and most affordable insurance plan, something that is clear, that gives a clear intention and plans. So here we are, and then I could just save new ad. This is, I just left it blank. We could type some site here and place it here, and this is how it will start working. Make sure before you do that, click on this and call from ads. Make sure that you have chosen that option, because you want to check that how the calls have been doing, how the length of the calls. Make sure that you have successfully selected this option, because this is optional that you want to get the detail of the calls or not. So if you miss this point, you will be missing a lot. So make sure that you are choosing that option. And once you're done with it, just click on save new ad, and bingo, here we go. It's under review. And here you would see, if I could show you.
You should probably delete that from your account so that they don't think you're example.com.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I just shown that it will definitely get rejected because example.com is not bad, but just for the training purpose, I use that a quick domain. Here you could see both are call ads, but in the call ad that we just created, the phone number is on the top, and the phone number will be displayed in a huge font to everyone who is searching for something. In the second type of call ad, your textual headline is on the top, and the phone number will be appearing beneath your headlines. So make sure that you have chosen this type of call ad that we just done. And you cannot create it directly. You will have to create this textual phone ad first. You can turn it off, and then you can create the other kind of keyword ad that we just created.
Excellent.
And once you're done with it, when it's get approved, give it some like 1 to 3 days to show you some results. As we are beginning with $5 or $10, so this is something that is the learning cost, how this ad is going to perform. Once it start getting you results, go to reports, predefined reports, extensions, and call ads. And in call ads, again, what we did previously, it's taking a second. Here you could see which campaign is getting the number of calls, the duration of calls, and the keywords that are generating those calls. Like here, I could see all my campaigns. For example, the results you are seeing here are actually of 2 campaigns, auto insurance C1, and here you could see auto insurance offer 2. So all your keyword campaign, all your phone only campaigns would be having a collective data from here. So you could see from here, like which campaign is showing you what. Here you could organize the campaigns as well to have further analysis of those campaigns. And from the keywords, you would start doing the negative keywords. You would keep on adding the new keywords as well. And the keywords that have been working great for you, you would focus on those keywords definitely. So this is how basically we do a call only campaigns.
Okay.
As this is a brand new concept by Google Ads, so I would say materialize on that, find the offers, call only offers. If you want to promote your own products, so this is the time that you can materialize before rest of the words jumps into phone call ads.
I think that's a great presentation around call ads. Definitely something I've been focusing on for the last few months now. Not really my whole core of what I do. I like the CPA lead style forms, but we do have some questions from the audience here. And are you ready to answer questions? And I can help answer as well. Or do you have more?
Yes, sure.
Okay, because I wanted to kind of wrap it up soon because it's a long presentation, but let me go through some of the questions, and then if anybody has any other questions, please post them here, and then we can kind of have a quick discussion around this quickly. So one of the questions was, are these calls all going to are you referring them to networks who are pay-per-call networks, or are you working directly with buyers? And let me answer my answer, and then I'll let you go yours, because for myself, what I did was when I first started pay-per-call, I actually started at Ringba as the tracking platform, and they actually hooked me up. Once you sign up there, they hooked me up with probably 5 different groups on Facebook, as well as a Skype group. where I'm in the Skype group, and let's say I want to run auto insurance, or I want to run home security, or whatever it is you want to run, veterinarian, anything basically. You basically type in that group and say, hey, who's buying home security calls right now? And you're going to get about 20 people hitting you up that are direct buyers or networks or whatever. They're all just kind of just jumping on you because they want to get that call, right? So it's not really hard to find direct or networks. It's whatever you choose to work with. In my opinion, I like to work direct most of the time. However, networks do offer some security oftentimes when they're a bigger network, because they have a bunch of different partners. And in theory, they're supposed to pay you even if the partner doesn't pay you. And if you're working direct, you only have one relationship versus they have multiple relationships, and it's easier to get a bunch of different offers from a network. So it's really an option for you to choose. What about you? Sorry. I know you're.
Yes, absolutely. I agree on your version of this answer. That's absolutely the kind of offers you have in hand. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're making money from a certain type of campaign, then you should be doing that. I mean, the effort or energy on designing the campaign is same. So you should be doing where you're getting more profit. So that could be direct leads, or that could be you are putting the leads into someone's live leads database, or you are working directly with the buyers. That depends on the offer you have in hand.
Yeah. Another question, somebody was wondering about your account itself, and I can understand why he's asking. He wants to know if it's a US-based Google Ads account, or is it based out of another country, and if so, what country?
Yeah, that's a US-based ads account, basically.
Okay. US-based.
So you could create that. If you have been using the Pioneer card, you could use that. Or, I mean, there are a bunch of options to create. If you're from another country, to create a legitimate Google Ads account of US, you could do that.
Somebody says, please bring Zoheb. Well, this is Kevin Garcia says, please bring Zoheb more often. And Zo is actually working, him and I are working together now, producing more content like this, more training. We're going to be working together inside Powerhouse Affiliate. You'll see a bunch of his posts inside the forum, actually, at Powerhouse Affiliate. You'll see him inside our private Facebook group. And you will also see him more on this YouTube channel as we continue to go down the path of doing these live presentations from time to time, along with a bunch of other stuff we're working on.
Absolutely, absolutely. We will be doing that more often and sharing more of our experiences and what we have been trying. So we would be spending money on experiments, and we will be telling you that what we have learned out of those experiments or things that we have done already.
So quickly, to answer one of the last questions here, you had mentioned you also do lead generation, not just pay per call. Can you give an example of other things you're having success with for affiliate marketing, or in marketing in general, online paid media?
Yes, I mean, as a blogger, I have been monetizing my blogs. So that's a different domain. We'll definitely be having a session on that as well, how you can monetize your blogs through AdSense or other platforms. But as far as marketing is concerned, I have been using LinkedIn for a certain type of lead generation, for B2B lead generation. I've been using Facebook for a different kind of lead generation. For example, the consumer products, for example, for the solar, I did lead generation using Facebook. That went somehow good. I sometimes used Google Forms to do the lead generation, just for the comparison of if the landing pages gets you the more leads, or a simple Google form would bring you the more leads. So I have been doing all those experiments across the platforms, and sometimes one certain campaign on a certain platform would be giving the good results, and sometimes the other platform would start giving you the good results. So we'll keep on sharing in our group as well that what case studies do we have in our accounts, or we can share with you. We will keep on sharing those on our forum in our group as well.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. Couple more questions. I know people are interested, and then I'm going to say, we're going to call it quits. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and our Facebook group. Join that as well, so you get more stuff like this. Always ask questions. Two more questions, and then I'm gonna call her quits, because I also have to go pick up my daughter at school. So, can you directly link to an affiliate offer from Google Ads?
I would suggest, I mean, there are kind of affiliate offers that I mean, if a phone number, I mean, if that is about a website URL, that depends on the product. I mean, if you're using the ClickBank URLs, your ad might not even get approved if you're using such kind of URLs. That largely depends. I mean, we will have to review the kind of content that page has. So it's a subjective thing. It depends on the page, the quality of that page, the terms that page has been using. So we'll check that page, whatever I mean you want to approve, and then I can suggest. For now, I have been using the direct pages as well. I mean, I have been using that, but you cannot just consider that as a solid answer, because that is subjective to what that page is actually having. There are certain search terms that are blocked by Google Ads. Your landing pages cannot have those search terms on that. So if you would count that, Zohaib said that you could use that, but now it's not working. So the reason I'm saying that depends on the kind of landing page that product is having.
One of the biggest things I never direct link to affiliate offers, and I'll tell you why. Basically, you are putting your account at risk immediately by posting someone else's domain to your Google account. That's why I told you to delete example.com quickly, because immediately Google sees someone else owning this website and you're submitting a domain that is, not yours. Again, also other affiliates or other marketers in the past may have already flagged that domain, giving your account, again, another black mark. Now with your account, obviously, Zohaib, your account is an aged account. You're not going to get banned for that. But any new accounts, the minute you go in and you direct link to an affiliate offer, you're risking account banning.
Absolutely.
Another question here. I'm struggling with keywords in Google Ads. Can you please tell me a very simple strategy to find better keywords? Now we did cover that, so keep it quick. Hopefully, a 1 minute answer on that one.
Yeah, sure. Just make sure that your keywords are not the very popular keywords or 1 word or 2 word keywords. Go with the long tail keywords. Go with the keywords that have action intent in them. For example, how to buy auto insurance. Rather than going for auto insurance, go for how to buy auto insurance. Go for the long tail keywords. And you could use Google Keyword Planner. You could use SEMrush, and that will give you like hundreds and thousands of more relevant keywords, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. Last question. This is the last question, okay? Somebody thinks you're running Spanish offers. Is that true, or were you just targeting Spanish keywords?
No, I was just targeting the Spanish keywords.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
So the offers are actually just US-based English offers. So I just wanted to show you that how actually we could remove a keyword. So I kept that keyword there.
Gotcha. Well, thank you very much. That was an excellent presentation. I think it was very informative to our audience. Post your comments below this video for more insights, more answers. If you want to ask more questions, also in our Facebook group again. And thank you again. If you have any closing words, now's your chance.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for having me live. Thank you so much, Joy. And definitely, we are going to be having more of it. If you felt it more resourceful, we are going to have it more often.
Absolutely. All right. Talk to you later. See you later.
Sure. Bye-bye.